People who cut off their families and have no close social circle are not always antisocial. They often develop a protective detachment pattern. This pattern is usually formed through repeated experiences, where closeness was associated with stress, conflict, or disappointment. Over time, the brain begins to link relationships with emotional cost. Connection is no longer seen as support, but as something that requires energy and risk. So distance becomes a strategy, not because they don't value people, but because proximity is associated with instability. They develop a strong self-preservation instinct. Boundaries become rigid. Access becomes limited. This is not about control. It is about reducing exposure to emotional strain. They rely heavily on internal processing. Problems are handled alone. Decisions are made without external input. This builds independence, but reduces perspective. They also carry a recalibrated sense of trust. Trust becomes slow and deconditional. This is based on learned experience, where trust once led to negative outcomes. So the system adapts. Fewer connections, lower risk. This leads to functional isolation. They can operate independently, but their social world becomes minimal, not due to inability, but due to deprioritization. The outcome depends on how this pattern is used. If detachment remains selective and controlled, it can create stability and focus. If it becomes avoidance, it limits growth and perspective. The behavior is not random. It is a response to environments where closeness carried a cost. People who cut off their families and have no friends are not always rejecting people. They are often protecting themselves from patterns they do not want to repeat. The difference is whether that protection remains flexible or becomes permanent.